Okay, guys. Well, I got Jimmy here for today. You actually sent me this last night. It looks like a few weeks back we got the Moiraine teaser from it was then the Watt on Prime Twitter. It has since changed to the Wheel of Time Twitter, but it's the either way, it's the official Amazon Wheel of Time Twitter account where they've been releasing small little teaser trailers. We've seen Matt's Dagger. Last week we saw Lan, which was pretty cool. We actually got to see some footage.
Yeah.
And a few weeks ago, we got a shot of basically just Moraine's face. That was all it was. It was 6 seconds. I kind of came on here and said I didn't like it. And some people in our comments said, wow, Matt's just going endlessly on about how he didn't like it. Well, Jimmy sent me this, and it's the German Twitter, the German Wheel of Time social media for Wheel of Time got basically the same shot that we got, except you see Moiraine and it's the exact same clip, but it's zoomed out, which was literally all I wanted. And I was like, that is 100 times better than what we got before. She still uses the one power, but there's a lot more detail in here. You can see sort of like a Trolloc in the background. It looks like it's kind of hard to make out. It's too blurred to really kind of tell exactly what's going on. And so my initial thought was, I was like, that's awesome. I watched it. That's cool. Whatever. And then the controversy started to creep up. And I gotta say, I didn't really even think about it the first time I saw it until I started seeing comments roll in. And then Jimmy, you brought this up. People seem to be incredibly upset about her costume.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it kind of, the one power suit is that what we're going with?
Yes,
That's what we're going with.
Is that what we're going? Wait, when you gotta, I saw a person tweet. They said when you have to teach American history and literature at 6, but you got to kill Trollocs at 7. Yeah, I don't know. So I guess I'll give my tidbit since I sent it to you, Matt. And I try to send everything I see to you guys to get your reactions and gauge it. But it seemed a little startling. Like it really stood out to me. Even the first time I watched it, I was like, oh, that's a little strange, right? She has like the coat on, and then she has what's underneath. And at first, I thought she was shedding like the coat or the robe or whatever. But clearly that didn't happen. So I didn't know maybe if she was like coming out of the cloak, but it just doesn't look consistent with like the scene that we have seen with that and everything with the inn, and then obviously Lan, which was really cool, right? What Moiraine was wearing, it just seems like the costume didn't really fit the scene. It didn't fit the idea of Wheel of Time for me, at least. And I think it's a little concerning considering how important optics are when you talk about fantasy shows.
Yeah. Yeah, guys, let me jump in here real quick. So I wonder almost if, and I know Matt's gonna bring this up at some point, but like, is this the real costume? Like, did we actually really? I mean, also too, it's very hard to see. It's dark. Is there more to it? Is there some embroidery or something on it, or was it just an absolute plain blazer that she was wearing? You know, she just walked out of the trailer and they told her it's only going to be from here up. Just keep the blazer on. Don't worry about it. Or are they going with a modern feel? Is it the idea that the Aes Sedai are a bit more, that they have modern-ish or stylistic, attire that is different, that very much contrast? I think you said this, Jimmy, in the Two Rivers, right? That's something that I've seen people talking about. They're saying, well, when we talk about Emmons Field and we're talking about the Two Rivers, these people are very farmer-esque. They're a little bit behind the times. So there's an angle where, maybe an Aes Sedai or people, more so in Civilization have a different fashion style, which I think could be really, really cool. Different cultures and different parts of the map should have different clothing. However, even if that's the case, like to me, what she was wearing just in general, it just looked too much like a depart. Like I feel like I could go find that right now, and that's a problem. I think that's a problem. But there is something to be said with Emmonsville is probably going to look a little bit different than anywhere else, right? The White Tower is probably going to look a lot different.
Kyrian,
it's going to look a lot different. But I don't even necessarily like. Me and Matt kind of talked about this too, and it's like, maybe she's in disguise, maybe because she doesn't want to reveal she's an Aes Sedai, which is totally fair, and I think that makes a lot of sense. But with that said, even if as a disguise, again, it just didn't seem like if I see her wearing that next to Lan in that scene, it's gonna throw me off.
Here's something too. Like when you go to Camelin and the other cities, and when they do go from place to place, there's a lot of times it is mentioned the different clothing and the different styles and things like that, but they never felt, I don't know. And maybe again, I'm sure someone in the comments can leave us some evidence to where they seemed there are elements of more modernized clothing or something. But a lot of times with the girls, it was like, what was emphasized by Robert Jordan was it was more revealing in Tanchico when they go there. The clothing is just so there's a shock factor there. And I like you said, Lan didn't seem like his style, like the Warder style was more like modernized or whatever. It still felt kind of from an older time period. Yeah. And Moraine's, like you said, I feel like I've seen my assistant principal walk out on a Monday wearing that suit, and
I don't know.
Guys,
so here's where I'm at on this, and so people are gonna say, "Oh, here Matt goes being
there he goes
again." Well, I wanted to call this podcast, the followers of Shaitan, but as said, no. So
no.
So I guess my question is, why did they show this to the German audience and not us? Why did we get just a super close-up shot of her face? And when it's the same thing, why would you show this to a different audience later, like a few weeks later? That makes no sense to me. That is so bizarre. That is so weird why they chose to do this. And then they're like, hey, the German audience got this. That just seems so weird. It seems so weird to me that they would
weren't supposed to go. It's weird. I know it came out on the Prime account, but like maybe the instructions, maybe it's lost in translation. But like maybe it was like, hey, crop and zoom in here. This is all we want to see, and they accidentally showed everything.
That could be possible.
It could be. Because maybe they're not finished with that. That costume.
But it's the same. It's the same audio.
Yeah,
so
it's the same clip.
So why wouldn't you just? You wouldn't make 2 videos. You would just make one, and then you would just release it because it's not like it's not like it's German dubbed audio. So I just don't know. Maybe they were worried. Maybe they were. I mean, so I'm gonna read the comments here. Okay, and this is just straight down the comments. I'm not picking and choosing here.
This is not us.
There is a little bit. This is on the Facebook, and so it's just literally straight down. The Trolloc looks good. Her outfit looks like she's going to court. Nice suit jacket and blouse. Not sure it goes with the times. Maybe she found a stasis box. Watch the Trolloc in this clip. It looks like it's being played in reverse. That Trolloc looked hella cheesy, and I hope the outfit she's got on is something blue, so it couldn't be used in a close-up. No CGI budget for weaving. Whirlwind will have to do. She's got the same outfit as the secretary at work. This is not looking good. I didn't know the White Tower had a J.C. Penney's.
Damn.
I mean, there's not a single comment in there that's
I can't.
This looks.
There's not there's
not a single comment in there that says this looks good.
Yeah.
So when I first watched it, I was
could look good.
When I first watched it, I was like, I think this does look good. I think there's something weird with this. I think there's something weird with this because the outfit you see with Lan and the thing, I mean, it's less zoomed in than this, but his collar, it makes it look almost like sort of like, you think like a samurai, right? Not in full armor, but like sort of like the gi or whatever it is that they're wearing. Mm-hmm. And then we've seen the leaked photos of Matt and Rand, and they're wearing sort of like, not like a tunic, but it's, it's like battered old sort of farm clothes. And so her costume specifically seems out of place to everything else we've seen. We've seen the Shaitan armor. We've seen or the Sanchan armor. Or no, we saw the White Cloaks armor. That's what we saw.
Well, yeah.
So yeah, sorry, the white. That's what we ultimately saw. We saw the White Cloaks armor, and everything feels so like all of that seems like it fits together. Hers looks in this one shot. Again, it could be like she's wearing. Some people are saying so. I did find one comment where somebody's trying to like defend it, and it's like, well, maybe she's wearing like that's like evening clothes, right? You know, like it's not like she's. Whatever. And Jimmy and I talked about this yesterday. She might be the first episode. She might be in disguise. She might not show up as, which she kind of is in anyway when she first shows up, a little bit, right? She's there for a mysterious sort of reason. It all happens during bell time, but they may even go further where she may just show up as just, I'm just a traveler. And so she is trying to be in sort of disguise. Completely, and that could lead to later descent. You know, like there's Rand and everybody, and Tom doesn't trust the Aes Sedai, so you could build that up later on TV when you have to sort of compress everything, with her showing up in disguise, and then it's revealed maybe at the end of this episode where she uses the power, and it's like, whoa, hold on, who is that? Right? What's her deal? So that's because her outfit compared to everything else we've seen seems out of place.
Yeah, and I think even if it's a disguise, like I think that's probably what it is, right? And it's probably like a riding outfit, if I had to guess, because I kind of sent you a picture of like what the riding outfit would look like back in those days, and it's almost very close. Like even her collar, the way it goes diagonal, it looks like a riding gear kind of, and maybe with a cloak on because it's cold, obviously. But I think, I mean, it's fun to speculate on this because we're getting so little, right? And I mean, I'm definitely saying that I didn't like the way it looked. I mean, that's border. That's it. It's flat out it. But with that said, there's a really good chance whenever the shot is zoomed all the way out, we see the whole thing. You know, she has riding boots on, or it goes down. I mean, it could look really. It could look fine. I'm not gonna say it's gonna look good. It could look fine. So it's not so. I'm not even so much worried about the costumes, to be honest. Like the jury's still out for me. I'm not bankrupt on that yet. Or anything like that. I'm not like writing it off. But the thing that kind of concerns me is the showrunners are picking these frames as promotional pieces, and the inability to see like, oh, this could end up causing a little bit of a ruckus because the outfit doesn't look good. Like, who's reviewing these things? So from a showrunner perspective, and I like Rafe. I like a lot of what Rafe says, but he hasn't produced a premium television TV show. So it just concerns me a little bit. And maybe he's not making those decisions, but like it worries me more from the show running perspective rather than the costume designs. Cause I thought Lan looked good. And some of the other stuff we've seen like this, I think the setting looks awesome. Like any background that we've seen has been good, I think. And like the dagger scene, like all of that looked really good. Wasn't huge on the dagger itself. But it just concerns me when the showrunners are picking these type of things for promo material, and not being able to see the problems that might exist within that 4-second clip. That's all.
Yeah, and the thing is that and maybe they pick it because it doesn't reveal much, but the little that it does, like again, it's so little that it amplifies it, and really it might not be even that big of a deal at all. It could literally just be like an evening, her whole costume could be completely different, but they picked this, and so like you're saying, it's kind of like one of those things. One more quick thing here, I will give them props for this. Those Trollocs are not skipping leg day. I mean, there's some attention to detail right there. That Trolloc is huge.
They had some ham hocks. I mean, the little I could see from the Trolloc, I thought it looked fine. Like I thought it was good. People who are like freaking out about that already, I'm like, come on.
No, I like the Trolloc. It was solid.
Well, I think, and one last kind of thing here. I will say the cost, even the top that she's wearing isn't actually not, it actually is sort of in. If you go look up all of the fan art for Min, and everything that Min is wearing is like what Moiraine looks like she's wearing in there. So it's not like that. It's not that. Yeah, Moiraine is wearing in the teaser. It's not like what she's wearing is out of the thing. It's just when people think of Moiraine, they think of like Gandalf, right? They want her like she should look incredibly powerful. She should look like somebody who is powerful. And instead, it's like, I think that's what's causing. A lot of people were complaining too about she doesn't have the blue diamond or sapphire or whatever. And so, but I'm thinking more so she's in disguise here.
Yeah, she's Lady Alice.
Is what's going on. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the more will be revealed. It is just sort of, we can't really do much with it because it's so zoomed in, it's so short. Like Jimmy said, you zoom down. Matt said you zoom out. Right. Next thing you know, next clip we see, we're sitting there going, that looks sick. It wouldn't surprise me if in a couple weeks we're like, we were wrong. This is sick, you know.
Yeah. I first watched it. I was like, this is 100 times better than the trailer we got that I complained about left and right. I was like, that's all I wanted from the original thing. I didn't even think about the costume until everyone started complaining about it. Then I was like, all right, this is kind of weird.
She also, if you look down, she actually has like what it looks like 2 belts that cross over like this.
Really?
Yeah, it looks kind of goofy. I won't lie. But now you're saying about the fan art of Min. I looked, and you're right. It is almost like a business casual kind of look.
Yeah, Min wears that like jacket type of thing. Yeah. So.
I don't know. It could be interesting.
It's not. I think the whole thing too is the series isn't medieval. I think that's when people place it. If you really read it, like Rand wears like a red when he gets his red coat. It's not a. It's whatever the net is, like Victorian that they're moving toward, or Elizabethan as they're moving towards, those sort of like bigger like frock type coats like that they do wear. It's not it is sort of more in that style than it is like medieval time, medieval.
Yeah, I would agree with that. And in fact, I think the clothing would be a little more ritzier when it came to nobles and such. Like I imagine more so that. What I did see people saying is like maybe they're going for a more modern look, which I think that'd be tough. Like modern clothes and castles is not going to work.
No,
at all. So I don't know. We'll see.
We'll see.
I've seen some people have been, some people are just freaking out about everything about it. I think there's a little cause for concern, but like we won't make a huge hill out of nothing, right? It is what it is.
Right.
Yeah. For sure.
I mean, if a Trolloc shows up and he's wearing jorts, I'm gonna be like, well, all right, here we go. The comments were right.
Yo, you know what it is? Just give us the trailer.
Is that coming next Wednesday? Is that really?
That's there's a rumor that on May 12th there would be a trailer, but we'll see.
Good Lord, I would love that.
I mean, they resumed filming last month, right? And then they already had the first 6 episodes shot and done.
Yeah.
With how long it's taking for this show to come out, something doesn't. I know they had to pause for COVID, so they have to obviously finish the last 2 episodes. But like the fact that we're not seeing a little bit more is a little odd, just odd. So
they got to get this show out, man. I agree. They need to get this show out because House of the Dragon is coming, Lord of the Rings is coming. Netflix just launched that Shadow and Bone show. That's kind of in that
they did.
realm too, and it's getting really good. It's getting reviews. This Wheel of Time isn't known as much to the sort of broader market, and I think if it comes out next year, it's gonna get like I think it could be a massive hit if it comes out sort of unimpeded. But if it comes out against. If it comes out against a bunch of things, I think it won't have that initial massive success that it could have.
Matt, let me say it like this, okay? In A Wheel of Time, there are neither beginnings nor are there endings, but we do need a beginning in 2021 if we can get, let's go. So, hey, friends, leave us a comment down below. Let us know what you think of all of this. Also, go over and subscribe to the Fantasy Network. I'm going to leave a link right up here, iCard. Go check that out. Go check out Jimmy and all of his stuff, his Wheel of Time stuff, book reviews, fantasy book review stuff. It is epic and amazing. And leave those comments. Let us know what you think. Have you seen, are there Aes Sedai out there? How many Aes Sedai are going to work on Monday? Let us know down in the comments, okay? All right. Thanks again, and as always, remember that the grave is no bar to our call.